Next story I'm gonna tell you is called Napi Cooks Babies. Napi never stayed in one place long enough. He was always on the move, and he's always getting into trouble. People don't really know where he goes, but he's always on the move. He just walks and walks. Sometimes he just walks all day, sometimes over prairies, over hills, valleys, coulees, across brooks, streams, rivers, across bushes, and he just walks and walks. And one day he was walking along and he came around this bend and he seen a lone teepee. And Nabi got really curious. He's wondering who would own that teepee and to be all by itself there. So he snuck up, really listening. And as he got closer, he could hear that it was two women voices in there. So he waited for a while and to make sure there was no one else there. When he didn't see no men around, Napi went to the door and announced, that he was there. The two women were really scared, but they didn't want it to show it. So they invited Napi to come in, and Napi sat down. And when Napi walked in, he took a quick look at the teepee, and he seen two swings each side of it, and two beds. Knew they were for the women. And then they looked, and the bread bag looked like it was empty. These women were really poor; they didn't have nothing. So Napi sat down and asked them, "Can you feed me?" And the women said, "No, well, we don't really have anything to offer you. We're just getting ready right now to go pick some berries and roots. And if you don't mind watching our babies, we'll quickly go out and get something for you to eat." And Nabi was really happy. Yeah. So the women left. No sooner the women left, those babies start crying because they knew their mom was gone. And so Napi got up and was swinging them, and they seen Napi while the babies got worse, and they were screaming and screaming and yelling. And Napi didn't know what to do. He was trying everything to, you know, keep them quiet, but they just got worse. So of course Napi, having a quick temper, he pulled out his flint knife and he just chopped the heads on both babies. Napi got really remorse and got scared, but he already done it. There was nothing he can do. He thought, well, I gotta act fast before the women come. He took the heads and hid them outside in badger holes. And then he took the babies, cut them all up, put them in a pot, and started cooking them. When the women came back, Napi told him there was this little animal going by, so I clubbed it over the head and killed it, and I cut it up for you ladies. You can have some fresh meat. And the ladies were really happy because they haven't had any fresh meat in a long, long time. And they start eating, and Napi said, "I gotta get going." So Napi just rushed out really fast. And the ladies noticed that the babies were still in the swing, and they were not crying. What Napi did was he took some rags and wrapped them up like in bundles and put them back in. So the ladies finished eating, kind of sat around for a while, and then they knew they had to do some chores. So they went outside their camp and they started doing chores. Every once in a while, one would run in to check. They had babies are still sleeping, and they continued. Just getting towards evening, they came and they were really tired, and they had some more of the meat there, and they were sitting there, and one said, our babies normally don't sleep this long. They don't sleep all day. And as soon as one said that, they both jumped up and went to the swing, and all there was just an empty blankets there, empty bundle. Oh, the women were so hurt, and but they couldn't do nothing. Napi has gone a long ways. They won't be able to catch him. Oh, they were so sad. So were so heartbroken. And to make things worse, they ate their own babies. So the moral of this story is never trust the most trusted.